There's the first disaster of the day. Look at that. It's got so hot it's actually melted onto the socket over there. Look at that. It's never done that before. There's what it looks like inside the plug. Look at that. It's just melted around that fuse. Okay, that's a bit of a concern. Need to find out why that happened or what the frig. I mean, imagine you just left that in there and you were doing a long mash and I left the house. Oh my god. Burn the bloody place down. That one's metal anyway, at least. Put a new plug on it for the time being, but I need to find out what the hell happened there. And is there something I can do to avoid that happening in future? Right. Let's get on with the job at hand though, which is mashing in this. This is bloody hell, this is like 6 kilos of grain in here. Something like that. Doing 23 litres today. Now I normally only do 20 because I'm going to do a big dry hop on this and then I'm going to lose basically the whole bottom of the fermenter. So, but yeah, sorry, we're doing a New England IPA today. I don't think I mentioned that yet with all the excitement, what with me near burning the garage down. New England IPA. I'm trying to use up a lot of the stuff I have. I don't really want to buy any more stuff, especially hops, until I get rid of a lot of the stuff in the freezer, which is kind of the whole point. In terms of the grain bill, we're using up the end of a bag of Pilsner malt. It's like 1.7 kilos, something like that. There's a kilo of white wheat in it. I've put some porridge oats in, 300 grams of porridge oats, and we have the rest is made up with Golden Promise, so it's another couple of kilos of that in. So we've done white wheat in the New England IPA style beer, hazy beer style before, let's call it that, and it's worked very well indeed. The white wheat's good because you don't get that real wheaty flavour, but you get all the benefits without the kind of, it turning into a wheat beer. Which is why I like it. So this beer, we have put the acid into the water beforehand, and we put the calcium chloride in along with the mash here. And then after we pull the bag out, we will get the rest of the salts in. So that's the gypsum and the Epsom salt. It's supposed to help with mouthfeel. I don't know. It's never really made a difference that I can see, but I'm gonna do it anyway. And one of these times, I might actually get some. It's usually because my history with this type of beer is very, very checkered, and just it's never really turned out exactly how I want it to turn out. So, and by that I mean there's usually something wrong with it. In terms of the hops, then, this is just to use up a lot of the stuff I have knocking about in the freezer. So this is the flame out edition. There's only going to be flame out and dry hop, 134 grams altogether. Amarillo 46 grams, that uses that up. Simcoe 26 grams, that uses that up. Azaka 22 grams, that uses that up, and then I've added another 40 grams of Idaho 7. So it's a bit of a mix. And then the dry hop is this. This is 250 grams. So this is 100 grams of Galaxy, 100 grams of Rakai, and 50 grams of Helga. Now Helga is Southern Hallertau, it says, which is basically an Australian version of Hallertau Middle Fruit, I believe. I think. I don't know. I can't remember if I've actually used those hops or not before, but they have been. I've got quite a lot and they're in the freezer for a while, so I need to try and use them. Hopefully we'll get a little floral note or something, as well as obviously the Galaxy and Rakai, which are going to be the main. The Galaxy especially, let's be honest, will destroy the other two. Okay, there we are, the end of the boil. So there's our hops going in. It's 130 odd grams. It's going to sit in there for about 20 minutes. Yeah, I just realised I don't actually have the chiller in yet. And it's finished the boil. Luckily there was no hops in there anyway, just that bag that I put in wherever it is over there now. So yeah, put the chiller in now. We'll boil it for a few minutes to get it all kind of sanitized, sterilized, and then we'll do that again, shall we? And no one will ever know. There's the end of the boil. Look, this is the first time I've done this, honest. There's our hops going in again. Can't lie to you. There we go. That will be 20 minutes this time. Give me a break here. I'm brewed in like at least a month. A bit rusty. Okay, that is the end of the brew day. And there is what we're left with. Looks like about 1060, which is pretty much on spot on. And this is the yeast we're going with. Okay, Clipper from Cross My Loaf. I've never seen this one before, but I've been on the website during the week, and I saw that. I thought I'd try it out. Yeah, it says, just reading it, it says, okay, so it says New England ale yeast suitable for a hoppy beer requiring that tropical aroma. Attenuation good. Attenuation good, that's what it actually says. Doesn't say, it's not very specific. So I don't really know what we're going to get out of this. We've ended up with slightly above 23 litres, which is pretty much spot on too. So let us get this in here. That is looking pretty good from here. Now obviously in the light just behind, it makes it look like a flipping torch, but it does look reasonably good. It has that real kind of thick looking murkiness that you get with Timmy's beers. Now it is a little bit grey though, which is not entirely expected. There was porridge oats put into this, and it wasn't, I don't do any closed transfers. I could, basically, if I'm kegging it, but I tend not to, because, you know, Timmy doesn't do it, does he? So why should I do it? So, but anyway, it's not brown. That's a good start. It's a very good start. So it looks dead on to me. Brewed this to like 23, I think it was 23 litres, something like that, because I knew with a big dry hop you would have loads and loads of debris, hop debris and crap in the fermenter. So I'm trying to, when I was putting it into the keg, I basically poured off the first litre, which is all kind of crap around the top, and then the gap in between, because there's hops at the top and there's obviously a massive amount of hops at the bottom. So clear the stuff around the top, and then the stuff from the bottom, the top will go down. Now what happened was that it was going down, I was watching it all the way. Something happened, turned my back for a minute, for it seemed like not even a minute, a second, and then I turned around and there was all this crap going into it. So there was a little bit that went into the keg, and then it was a complete nightmare. So I put the keg on, did it for a week, tasted it last week, couldn't get anything out of it, and basically had to take the lid, to cut a long story short, I had to take the lid off in order to get the post out and clear the post and the dip tube. So I basically had to do that twice, not once, twice. So I'm amazed that it's not oxidized, or doesn't look oxidized. But I haven't tasted it since last week, so you never know. It might be oxidized. That might improve it. Okay. So there it is there. Let's give it a whiff. See what it smells like. It has this kind of intense Rakow smell. I've brewed with Rakow a few times, and I have to say I'm not digging it. I'm just not digging the Rakow. I don't think I'll be buying it too many more times. It has this kind of I don't know how you even describe it. It has this kind of funkiness to it almost. It's in there with the Galaxy as well. I can definitely pick out the Galaxy as well. It again has this fruitiness, but there's something else in there. It's kind of, it just smells, it just doesn't work. It's not pushing it. Well, I don't want to say it's not pushing my buttons, because it might push my buttons at some point, but it's not really doing it for me. There is fruit in there, but it's more like fruit out of a tin rather than fresh fruit. Does that make sense to anybody? Because that's the only way I can describe it. Little bit of passion fruit. There's a little bit of kind of, I don't know, orchardy type fruit or something in there as well. There's the Helga as well too, which is supposed to give, I don't know, it's supposed to be like Hallertau. A little bit like Hallertau, but if it's in there, it's buried. Okay, I'm gonna taste it. Wish me luck, please. I have not tasted this since last week, and to be honest, it wasn't very good last week. So, cheers. Here's hoping. Here's hoping. Give me one more. Give me one more. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, it's not particularly nice. The main problem is that it's just got this kind of astringent bitterness to it. It's not bitterness in the classic sense of the term. It's like bitterness that shouldn't be there, is not intended to be there. Astringency, that is probably the word to describe it. The body's good though, 6.3% this is. The body is good, it's not full on big mouthfeel, it's more kind of medium to full. I think this actually fermented down too. Let's have a look. It fermented quite low, lower than kind of what I thought it should have gone down to. 1.012, so 1012 went down to, which is a little bit more than I was kind of thinking. So I don't know, maybe that has something to do with it, or maybe it's something else. Maybe it's the hop combination. Maybe it's the amount of hops. Possibly it's the amount of hops that is still swirling around in the keg. I mean, look on the bottom of the keg, on the bottom of the glass, I don't know if I can show you this without tipping. There is like hop debris just around there as well, which is a bit of a clue, let's be honest, as to what is wrong with this beer. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe there's just too much hops in suspension from that little kind of episode when I was watching it all the way down, turned away, and then all the crap started coming in. So outside of that, in terms of the flavours, it's just not really any. It's a muddle. It's a muddle of just a muddle of mud. Is that the best way to describe it? All I can taste is that kind of not very nice. It's like the aroma basically, but bitter and horrible. So yeah, that is another New England IPA that has not turned out very well. So I mean, I obviously need to do something about the hops, get like a filter or something like that. Keep meaning to put I never buy anything and I think, well, I'll maybe use like a hop bag or something like that, but then I forget to use it, or I'm trying to work out a way to tie it. The way I do it with, I need to tie it somehow connect it onto the bloody, the siphon tube. I mean, a little clip or something might work. But yeah, need to do something because that is really not very nice at all. It has that weird taste though. I got that with another beer. The one I did, it was one I did over Christmas, which was Rakai again, and something else with Kvike, and it had that same kind of taste to it. So I think that is obviously the Rakai in there, which just doesn't seem to agree with me. I mean, that is, you definitely get the Galaxy on that as well too. I wonder, is there something with hops? Is it possible that hops can break up more different types of hops? Is that a thing? Because it does seem to be that every time I use Galaxy, I do get that kind of horrible bitterness. Is it Galaxy? Is that just the way it tastes? Is there like a secret to using Galaxy? I'm not really sure what the secret is. But is it possible that Galaxy somehow comes apart more than the other hops, and that's why there's all that crap in suspension, and that's why it tastes like that almost every time I use it? Now I don't use it on the hot side. It didn't on this, just on the cold side, and it still turned out a mess. So I still got some Galaxy left, but I might now start using it. I'll use it up, but only in small bits, so maybe 30 grams, 25 grams here and there. But not anything major, because it's just I can't be drinking that. I really can't. It's not enjoyable. It's not enjoyable. It's not as bad as it was last week, to be fair. But I mean, I'm not really sure if it's salvageable. So yeah, I think maybe we'll come back to that in a few weeks, and we'll see if it's calmed down any. I'll consider adding findings to it and see what happens, because it couldn't make it any worse, let's be honest. And it doesn't necessarily matter about how hazy it is or anything, because I've already seen what it's like now. So yeah, we might do that, and I might come back in a couple of weeks and give you an update on how bad it is. Or potentially I could just, no, I'll tell you what, that's what we'll do. And if it's not good on the update, it's going down the drain. So I've got a brew day coming up tomorrow. That'll be 2 weeks before that's ready, and that will be the time limit on that. And if it's still not good in 2 weeks, it's being hooked. Not disgusting bombshell. See you next week. It's okay, I'm going in. Wish me luck. Here we go. I just noticed on the back of the glass it says to the bitter end. That's exactly how that finishes. It's just this kind of really intensely bitter taste. Yeah, you know what? That cake is being tipped in the morning. No chance. No chance of me drinking that. Forget it.